Yabba dabba doo, guys, my name's Calamity of Joe. Welcome back to a new Minecraft YouTube live stream on the Calamity of Joe YouTube channel. We're live. I don't know if there's anyone watching right now, but that's alright. Hello to the person who's watching, if there is one, but I don't know. So I'm just going to quickly go to my channel because I want to quickly post about the stream in my Discord server, because the bot is no longer working, so I'm having to do this manually by myself. So we're just going to quickly go and grab that. I'm going to open Discord up, shove it in here. Everyone's stream has just started. There we go. Boom. Posted that. And we can close that down now. Hello, not James000. Welcome to the stream. I am first. Yes, you are. I've literally only started this stream about a minute ago, though. It's welcome to the stream. You guys can hear the mic, can't you? Like, I don't know if I muted the mic or anything. No, it's not muted. Okay, good. Yeah, how are you? Not James000. How are you? Yeah, there we go. So, what I mean, everybody, is that the stream has literally just started. I had to. Good. I'm watching Squid Game. Cool. I've never watched it. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into Squid Game. I've heard the first season isn't too bad, but from what I've heard, season 2 and 3 aren't as good. But I think that's because the guy that created Squid Game, he didn't want to do a second or third season, but he was forced into it because the first season became so popular. And I think I don't like the idea of that, someone being forced into making another season of a show. Hello, Tyson Casbolt, welcome to the stream. Yeah, they are okay. Yeah, I've heard the last two aren't as good because the guy that wrote Squid Game, he didn't want to do another 2 seasons. It took him so long to get Squid Game made that he wanted to go on to other projects, and it's because it's a true story that he pretty much got forced into making another 2 seasons, which I think that's wrong personally. You shouldn't have to force someone to get into to do another season of a show. It happened on a British comedy show in the 90s. A British comedy series in the 90s. They were forced to do it. It was meant to end at season 5, and the BBC forced them to do another 2 seasons. They basically sacked all the writing staff, and they forced them to do another couple of seasons, which the show absolutely tanked afterwards. And it was because it was meant to end at season 5, and they forced them to do more series, I think. Let me just look at this series that it was called. That's not what I wanted. Well, it was 7 seasons, right? Yeah. It ran for 7 seasons. Yeah, it was a show called the British. There was a show called the British Empire on the BBC in the 90s. They ended it at season 5. Are you on Switch 1? Yes, I am. I am on Switch 1 because I can't afford Switch 2 yet. But I can't afford Switch 2. I do play Legacy, but I'm playing it on Switch 1, yeah. But what was I going to say, guys? Yeah, there was a show called the British Empire in the... I got a Switch 2. Cool. I am not going to get one for a while because I don't like the prices too high. Through it, I've got Legacy on Vita. Yeah, Switch 2 looks nice, but I think it's too overpriced at the moment. Yeah, what was I going to say, guys? So, like, on a standpoint, guys, as well. The British Empire, was a comedy show, not James, in the 90s. They wanted to end it at season 5. If you are on Vita, yeah, I'm not on Vita. I've got to go. Yeah, I've got to go. Yeah, this comedy series, they wanted to end it at season 5, and they forced them to do 2 more series and just tank the show because the new writers didn't ruined it. And yeah, it's the idea is you shouldn't really force other people. You shouldn't really force other people to do that, really. If you get what I mean, like, you shouldn't force other people. You shouldn't force with like people in TVs. You shouldn't force them to do an extra season, more seasons that they want to do. Shows need to have a perfect ending. I don't let people join this world, I'm afraid, though. I don't let people join this world because this is my main survival world, and I've had it grief before, so I don't let people join this world, I'm afraid. But yeah, what was I going to say? Like, yeah, TV series, for example, like all the TV series they do. It's sort of wrong that they have to that if a TV show's that good, you end it properly. You don't force them to do more seasons when there isn't a storyline there. It's like Lord of the Rings. You can't do more seasons on Lord of the Rings after the end of the War of the Ring, because there's technically nothing to go off, and you can't if you can't go off it, why are they trying to do it? So the Rings of Power, got it totally wrong. Galadriel is not a fighter. She never went to Numenor. She never carried a sword. I just don't get why they make everyone fighters. Galadriel's not a soldier. It's like it makes sense about Elrond and Galadriel because Elrond would have known Galadriel. Is it allowed to post links in general on the stream chat? Well, links are not illegal, but I think they are stopped from posted in case people post links for a Vita from eBay. Yeah, links aren't allowed on the stream. I think if you post it, I think you see it, but no one else does. It's also because of scam stuff. Because of scam stuff, links aren't put on. I have got something stuck in my teeth, guys. That's really painful. Ooh. Also, can I just put out here, guys, thanks to the person that... Okay, got to know, yeah. It's basically links don't post on streams. I think the only links that post is mine. I think the only links that post on these streams are mine, I think. There's been a creeper explosion here. Maybe we can fix it later. Yeah, I think the only post links that work on these streams is mine through Nightbot. But the only links that I've got on these streams is about my Discord server and about my book. Yeah, welcome to the Legacy server. I'm not really interested because I've already got Legacy. I've already got Legacy on 2 devices. I don't need Legacy on anything else. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Yeah. Yeah, I've got Legacy. I've already got Legacy on 2 devices. I've got it on the old Wii U as well. Oh, I thought you only owned it on Switch. No, I own it on Wii U. Because Wii U, you can port. I bought it on Wii U when it came out in 2015. On Wii U, if you have a Wii U World, back in the day, if you had a Wii U World, you could port it straight to Switch because Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Wii U. So this world here, I've had since the Wii U days. I've had this world here since the days on Wii U. So this, the reason why I said. Ooh, is the stream loading? It's not loading on my page. That's better. Oh, Vita is worth it since the store is still active. Surprisingly, you can still buy stuff on the Switch. You can still buy stuff on Legacy Switch as well. I bought a couple of texture packs recently. You can, even though Legacy Switch is no longer available, the store is still available for it. You can still buy stuff. Whereas it doesn't work on the Wii U anymore, but that was because the Wii U's been discontinued for 6 years. I think the Wii U closed down, but the Wii U never met the heights of what it should have done. The Wii U only got 13 million sales. In fact, Nintendo Switch outsold the Wii U within a year. I think we need to go and improve this melon farm. The Wii U actually, the Switch actually outsold. What's in your PSN region for the account? Yeah. Yeah, the Wii U version was good. I liked the Wii U the best Legacy version in my opinion is the Switch. Because the Switch has a lot of the best version in my opinion is the Switch, but that's because it's pretty much as powerful as the PS. Yeah, I think the Switch is the best Legacy version. It's almost as powerful as the Wii U is the best. The Wii U's good, but in my opinion though, if you go out somewhere, you know, the Wii U is handheld to the point. Wii U is the best in 3D. I think Wii U is good on the handheld bit, but then you've got to be near the console for it to work. Whereas Switch is as powerful as the Xbox 360, the Xbox One edition and the PS4 edition, and you can play it on the middle of a mountain. Switch is first. Yes, you can play the Switch version. You can play it on the top of a mountain and have the same amount of render distance as the PS4 edition and the Xbox One edition, which that's impressive. Bearing in mind, you know, you could be sat at the top of the mountain, or you could be in the highest valley, or the lowest peak. There's no valley to know. I mean, you could be in the highest. Yeah. You could be in the lowest valley and the highest peak, and you could still play Nintendo Switch Minecraft edition. It's the same as Bedrock, to be honest. You know, you can play it in the middle of nowhere. Quite a few, but I remember seeing a YouTuber say this. They used to take their Vita everywhere, but then they stopped taking the Vita because of Minecraft Legacy Console Edition. Then they started taking the Switch because they thought the Switch was much more powerful. PS4 I think was a very good version, and Xbox One was pretty good. But the reason I say that though is because they had amplified terrain and they had larger worlds. I don't have large worlds on here, I only have medium, and normally that's good. But now that I've played the same Minecraft world for almost 9 years, because I've played the same Minecraft world for almost 9 years, it's got to the point now that Legacy, the world is small, and the world is got really small in my opinion. This Minecraft world has got very small to the point that if I were to walk this way, I could walk in 20 minutes, in 10 minutes, I could walk to the other side of the world. It's pretty much similar to that now. If that, I had a deja vu then. That's so weird. But I'm going to continue on playing on this world, on this version, until next year, and then I might have to move this world to Bedrock because I will have pretty much exhausted all my build ideas. I do creative builds on Bedrock. Yeah, I'm one of those. I don't hate Bedrock, but I love Legacy. But eventually I'm going to have to port this world to Legacy. I'm going to have to port this world to Bedrock eventually because I will run out of build ideas. I will just run out of build ideas, and then I won't be. I think it'll sort of get boring. It'll sort of get boring eventually if I'm having to just build the same thing over and over again because I'm running out of ideas. Because pretty much at the moment I'm just building out the same blocks all and over again. So I'm just building out of concrete, wool. It's basically, you name it, I'm building it out of. Well, I think Switch 2. I think Switch 2 will be I think I've heard Switch 2 is good for Legacy. I'll probably get Switch 2 next year. The problem that I think though is just too expensive. I looked at the price. I play Minecraft on Switch 2. Yeah, Legacy reportedly works really well on Switch 2 because you can port Legacy over as well. Yeah, I've heard that, to be honest. Well, I'm hoping to see if Vibrant Visuals comes out now, because I really want to see what this world looks like in Vibrant Visuals. So I put a copy of my world onto Vibrant Visuals the other day on my laptop, and it looked amazing. So I really want to see what Vibrant Visuals will look like on this world. Yeah, I've got a copy of this world on my laptop from about 2 years ago. I've got a copy of this world. I've got a copy of this world from about, yeah, it would work well. I got a copy of this world on my laptop from 2 years ago when I just ported it over to have a look at, and it looks so nice in Vibrant Visuals. Like watching like reflections and things like that, it looks amazing. Yeah. I think I've picked the wrong time to stream. I have a really big American audience, and I've picked a time when half of them are probably still in bed. I used RTX graphics. I'm from Israel. Yeah, I wasn't talking about you. I said most of my audience is American, so I've picked a time which most of my Americans viewers are probably still in bed, because they're like 5-6 hours behind. I know part of some of my American audience is like 8 hours behind, so it's probably like 5 in the morning for them. It's fine though. Yeah. Wow, it's 2 o'clock. I don't know. It's 2:30 for me. It's 8 hours behind. No, it's about 6 in the morning. I don't know. It's about 6:30. Here it's 4 p.m. So that's 2 hours behind then. Well, 2 hours. I mean 2 hours ahead. My maths is not good. Oh, pardon me. I apologise, everyone. The UK is really centre of the world. There is a joke about that, to be honest. The joke is that the UK is the centre of the world because we put the line there. There's a British comedian once made that joke. The UK is the centre of the world. It's the centre of the world, and that's a fact. The fact stands because we put the line there in the first place, which technically is true. They call it the centre of the world, but the British comedian went, well, that's because they put the line there. It's because when they invented like the clock system, the British, when they invented the clock system, it's because they called it GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. So everyone behind the UK, every country behind the UK is an hour. Every country east of the UK is 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour, 12 hours ahead, and then every country behind the UK is 12 hours behind. I think that's what it meant. Sure, I burped on the stream once. It's not the most pleasant in the world. I sneezed on another stream, so I got you. Hello, Joe. How are you? I'm really good, Omnivale. How are you? Yeah, I've burped on loads of streams, and it's a natural thing. You can't stop it. On my friend's stream, my friend fell off his chair because he laughed that I burped, which was very, very funny. I find nothing much to do today. Well, no, there's not much for me to do today other than look for jobs, but I can't seem to find anything that I want to do or want to apply for. Yeah. I am streaming for a bit though, because why not? And I'm probably going to be up late tonight, everyone, because my football team's on Sky. My football team is playing on Sky live at 10:30 tonight, so I'm going to watch them play, I think. I'm going to watch Everton take on West Ham in the United States. And I'm going to hope that our new signing plays. Because Everton played really well the other day. Everton played really well in the first half the other day, but we had to play 5 or 6 players out of position. We had to play a right winger, we had to play a left winger, left back. Our left back had to play centre back. Our right back had to play centre back. We had one fit centre back. Our midfielder had to play right back. Yeah, and the reason they brought in GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, is because they used to go off sundials, but they found out that London had they found out that there was a place in the UK that had an 18-minute sundown difference to yeah, it was because they invented GMT because they had they used to go off sundials, but some parts of the UK had a later sundown than other parts. So I think it was London, a place in London, when it was night, when the sundown in London was 18 minutes earlier than somewhere else in the UK. So they invented GMT so they could have a universal time across all of the UK rather than having to say what time it was at different parts of the UK based on wherever the sun was. So that's why they invented it, and you know, I think the whole world benefited from that. I mean, the UK does something even weirder. We put our clocks forward in the summer, and there is a clever reason for it. They bring the clocks forward in summer because and it was I had to restrain to talk to you about one more thing you told me. It's very, very cool to learn new facts in history. Yeah, the British in the UK, you taught me something new. It's because I really like history. So I know a lot about history, and I try and raise awareness a little bit on these streams that history is a two-sided spectrum. That, if you get what I mean, I sort of try and raise awareness on these streams that history's two-sided. So there's always there's always facts on both sides. Like, for example, so I'm going to, because you said you're from Israel, I'm going to use that as an example. A guy in my college class, because of what's going on with in Gaza, a guy in my college class was like, I hate Gal Gadot because she supports Israel. I'm like, but she's Israeli. She's going to support her country. She's going to support her country in a war, isn't she? And this guy in my class couldn't understand it. I'm like, if Great Britain went to war tomorrow, I'm going to support Great Britain against whoever they're going to war with. And this guy just couldn't understand it. And it's like, it's a historical point. So sorry I used that as an example, but it was an important example of, you know, people are often ignorant of history and pick a side, whether or not it's the right side is up to them. But on a historical standpoint, you know, there is a truth on both sides. There's truth on both sides, but some people are now ignorant of history, and basically they think that they get their news from TikTok, and whether that TikTok is true or not is irrespective. People would rather listen to a TikToker now spreading misinformation than an actual historian that's actually telling the truth. For example, Americans. I'm going to use America as an example. America think they wore America. I try to move on from it. Yeah, America think. For example, America think they won a war called the War of 1812. The War of 1812 was actually, historians argue, Great Britain won the War of 1812 against America. That's to honour his memory, of course. Yeah. And it's also as well, like, on a historical point, like, people will pick and choose what history they need, what history they want to know. So even if the history says one thing, some people will try and say it was the other one. And an example I'm going to think of, I had an American person that told me this. an American person said, "What? How did Britain hit the history fair?" Yeah, I had an American in a stream. Yeah, an American turned around and told me in a stream, "Oh, how did Great Britain take losing the War of 1812?" And I said, "But you didn't win. Britain didn't lose the War of 1812. If anything, it was inconclusive. It was a ceasefire. But Great Britain were winning. Great Britain were winning the War of 1812 against America because the White House was a black burned down building." It's like Argentina claimed the Falklands Islands, which are British, and they've been British since the 1690. They were first noted down by the British in the 1690s, which is why they called them the Falklands after John Falkland, who found them. And basically, Argentina invaded it in 1980, and Great Britain went to war. To us, I can tell you that. Yeah, Great Britain went to war with Argentina in 1982 over some islands that they invaded. But Argentina's claim to the islands doesn't make sense. They inherited it from the Spanish, but the Spanish never owned the island in the first place. And they still claim it to this day, but Great Britain has always said, like, they own the islands, Argentina doesn't. And it's like the history of people in Argentina have been told for years that they own these islands and Britain are occupying them. And all the British people are being told, but the Argentinian claim doesn't make sense anyway, because Spain never owned it. France and England both owned them. And then, after France left, England had both of them. In Israel, people are still hoping for a good outcome. Yeah. On that war, I don't see that as Israel-Palestine. I see that as a proxy war, as a war with Iran. Because the Hamas wouldn't exist without Iranian funding. I don't actually think Israel hate the Palestinians. I think the Hamas are what they hate. Just some random person. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're never going to get world peace. But we're never going to get world peace because it's all the political leaders that are the problems. It's all the political leaders that are the problems. If you're struggling to control your government, if you're a struggling political leader, what's going to unite people on your side? Oh, let's go to war. For example, it happened in Argentina in 1982, like I just said about the Falklands Islands. Argentina was under a dictatorship that was struggling with high inflation, and people were getting restless. So what did they do? To try and inspire morale, they invaded the Falklands, which ended up resulting in them getting battered by the British, and they surrendered after 2 months. But it also absolutely damaged the Argentinian dictatorship. And it's also, there's a quote in a song, actually, a British song. It says there's no profit in peace. Because as soon as a war happens, you have to replace your armaments that you've used, and the amount of money that comes in. So yeah, I don't think there will ever be world peace. There'll only be world peace if all religious groups agree to just disagree, and then move on. But a lot of it's contradiction. A lot of the religious groups can't take the other religions contradict their beliefs, and that's what causes a lot of wars. But also as well, it's money. There's no profit in peace. So if you go to war, the money you have to pay to replenish your armies, your livestock. There's more money. And this song is exactly right. There is no profit in peace. And it's shocking. But I think we will have world peace eventually. But only if everyone gets along. and I don't think anyone's going to get along unless we... Well, to be honest, wars aside, yeah. In fact, honestly, every war... Hello, Double Anchors, welcome. Honestly, every war aside, every war that's ever been aside, Japan is with tsunami. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that was in Russia. That was an 8.8. If we're to Japan, yeah, I saw that. Russia had an 8.8 on the Richter scale this morning. Yeah, that's quite shocking. Apparently, it was that bad. Even Hawaii had tsunami warnings. Okay, what's my religion? I'm not religious. I don't have a religion. I think just random persons talking to me. I don't know though. I'm in a tsunami zone. I haven't evacuated just yet. I don't think there will actually be one. But it's still worthy of evacuating though. Even if you don't think there's going to be one, like you'd rather take the chance of being safe than rather than not believe in one though. But you know, it's basically it's more of a safety thing. I'm a Muslim. Cool. I am not I'm not religious, but yeah, it would probably be safer to evacuate than not to evacuate, even if there's nothing, because you don't want to take the chance of not believing there's going to be one and then going in. I'm like technically in it, like the neighborhood next to me isn't in it. Yeah, but it's the thing as well. They said that in America, in Florida earlier on the year, and this basically people didn't think this storm was going to be this bad, and the American broadcaster said something along the lines of, I think it was last year actually, the American broadcaster said how it is. He said to people, well, either leave now or leave in a coffin, which I was like, bloody hell. But technically it was true, because I think they had flooding 15 feet high when it, or something like that. But I thought that was a really interesting way of saying, just prepare to be safe. But it's one of those, we don't get tsunamis that often in the UK, so I wouldn't know. But I wouldn't know, because in the UK we don't get that. We're 1,000 miles from the nearest tectonic plate, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know much about them. It's not that we don't have earthquakes or tsunamis, but they're exceedingly rare in the UK. Like I don't hate any religion. No, I'm not religious, but I don't hate any religion. I hate it when they contradict each other though, and that's when people start to argue. Like I've got a guy, for example, I've got a guy in my friend's Discord server. Because he keeps on basically telling everyone that they're going to go to hell if they don't believe the same thing as he does, and that's sort of the problem that I prefer to not religions at all. Yeah, it's the same as this guy in my Discord server. He doesn't understand that not everyone's the same. We bring it up on these streams quite often because people ask some interesting questions. Am I interested in becoming a Muslim? Not really. No, I'm not. I'm not interested in any religion because I'm not. It's not where I am as a person. Not that that's a. Not that what I mean by that. Like I don't believe in gods, or anything like on a spiritual standpoint. You're an atheist. Yeah, I am. I mean, I understand. Like, I understand other people are, you know, religious and have their on like spiritual and like on spiritual and standpoints and everything. But it's just not what I am. But on that point though as well, you know, I have no problem with anybody that's religious, but it's only when they I think it's only really when they try and lecture you on it and why you're wrong. And that's when it's an issue sometimes. So I had a guy in my friend's Discord server. He's from Armenia, and basically they're very religious over there, which no, that's fine. But so he keeps comments basically if you've got anyone who's like gay or anything like that, he basically goes and tells them they're going to hell. Which a few people have. We had a person with body dysmorphia who's very insecure about their you know, the way they look, and this guy in the server went, it's not God's fault you look like a rat. And I was like, oh my god. But I think the guy has autism, so I don't think he realises what he's saying sometimes and doesn't realise it's offensive. But you know, it's fine though. In fact, that guy's just messaged me on my friend's server saying, do I like Japan? Yeah. But yeah, welcome to the Discord server, everybody who's joined it. I got autism as well. Yeah, autism is completely different for everyone, and you know, but sometimes though you have people that don't realise what they say sometimes. Hello human, the Knights channel official aviation NASA fan. Hello human, aren't you human as well? My brother has autism. Yeah, lots of people have it. My sister has it, I think. I think she's on the spectrum. She's not been tested, but hello Day, welcome to the stream. But my dad's religion. Yeah, there's billions of people are religious. My sister has Down syndrome. Yeah. I'm an alien, joking. So am I. I've got green skin and gills, which is why I don't want to do a face reveal. I'm joking. People keep asking me to do a face reveal. I'm like, why do people want I'm Jewish, I'm not religious at all. Yeah, I'm not religious. I don't think anyone in my family has been religious for like 100 years. But yeah, it's but it doesn't matter. What you are religiously, politically does not matter. Every single soul on this planet is beautiful. All life is mostly Jewish. Yeah. But then that's more understandable because it was a country created after the fallout of the Second World War, which quite rightly so. A lot of people were traumatized by that war. Yeah, I don't care about religion. Every single person on this world, all life has value. But not only, yeah. But I think most countries now are really diverse. Most countries now are really diverse, where you've got a broad spectrum of people, which is nice. It's nice that you can have conversations with anyone. So yeah, I think that's a nice thing about the world now, is that you know you can have conversations with anyone. Because the world's so diverse now, and that's what I like about here. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like about YouTube. You know, I can be sat here and I could be sat here on the stream. I could be doing a Minecraft stream, but you know, I can be learning. I could be learning stuff about other cultures. I can be. But to be honest, Game Vaughan, I've literally only just got monetized myself. It took, honestly, it took me years, literally. It depends. Have you got full monetization or the it depends. It depends if you've got full monetization or the smaller 3,000 one. It depends which one you've got, Gameborn. So for example, monetized. How did I get monetization? Streaming. Full monetization took me 8 years. Yeah, I'm not fully monetized yet, so you're probably in a better position than I am. Yeah, I got monetized. I've only got up to 3,000. I'm literally within 150 hours of full monetization. You've done it quicker than I did. My channel will be 9 years later in the year. So yeah, so we live for a limited time on Earth. We do. So you got to make the most out of it. We can't have petty squabbles over whose land is what. Who's, you know, I've seen people squabble over some of the stupidest things. A guy in my college class squabbled that somebody else had booked take the camera he wanted. Which is totally ridiculous. We need to make sure we use each day of our 30,000 days we get here on average. Yeah. Yeah, basically, Gameborn, on a monetization standpoint, I've only made £2 from stream donations because I haven't launched channel memberships yet. I can't get anything from like the shopping section because I don't have merchandise or anything like that. I do have books that I sell on Amazon, but I can't connect them up to a shopping account, to a shopping section, because that's not one of the shops that you can use. But yeah, I've only made £2 from monetization. So I haven't made enough to, you know, live off or anything like that. I've only made £2. It's different for everyone. Yeah, 100%. It's different for everyone. Yeah, I can say I've literally only made I've only made £1. I've only made £2. So, yeah, so I've only made £2, but also Gameborn, you know, I've got 6,000 I've got nearly 7,000 subscribers, but for a huge chunk of my era on YouTube, I couldn't get the hours. I couldn't get over. I'd get roughly 1,000 hours a year. I'd roughly get I think it's yeah, 1,000 hours. Yeah, I'd only get 1,000 hours a year. It's only because of my streams this year. A lot of people have been tuning into my streams this year that I've been able to actually do anything. In English, my name is known as Ofek Tsuxduan. I hope I pronounced that right. I get angry with myself if I get people's names wrong. I hope I got it somewhere near, and it's Turkish. Cool. let's quickly go into here and eat. But I'm Persian. Mostly, okay. Where is Persia? Is Persia is the old name for Iran, isn't it? Because they do call it the Persian Gulf. The history of Persia is really interesting. Yeah. The history of Persia is quite an interest. It's a really interesting history. It's the same with Troy. It's the same with like Greece and yes, known as Iran today. It's really the history of it's really interesting. Because you got to think, you know, like Persia existed for centuries. I mean, it changed. It changed to Persia officially to Iran in 1935. So you know, you got to think Persia goes back 2,000 years. Yeah, Persia goes back 2,000 years. I still think it should be called. I think it should be called Persia because that's like the historical name. It's the same as It's the same as Istanbul. I think Istanbul should be called Constantinople because that was its historical name for over 2 millennia. Yeah. It's like Constantinople. I think Constantinople should still be called Constantinople, not Istanbul in Turkey. Because Constantinople, that was its name for over 2,000 years. Constantinople was the historical name for what is now Istanbul. It was the capital of the Roman. It was a major city in Rome, the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, and the Ottoman Empire. It was only renamed Istanbul in 1930. Interesting. It's just history is so interesting. I always want to know that though. Why do they if you've had a historical name for like thousands of years, like for example, London. London was created like over 1,000 years ago. The city of London's over 2,000 years old. It'd be like changing the name. It'd be like changing the name of London after 2,000 years to something completely different. I don't know how or why people do it after it's had that name for so long. It's well known, yeah. Yeah. I have got a really. I think there's something stuck in my teeth. Oh, what should we? We need to build something, guys, in a few weeks to celebrate. It's a very big community. Cool. Yeah, it's we need to build something on here to celebrate this world being 9 years old. Next year is going to be so weird for this Minecraft world. Next year is going to feel so weird for this Minecraft world. 2026, we will have to build something super big. Yeah. 2026, we'll have to build something big for this Minecraft world because it will be 10 years old. That's gonna feel so weird. Like, How old was everyone 10 years ago? Everyone on this stream, how old were you 10 years ago? Were you guys 10 years ago? We got about 8 people watching. How old were you guys 10 years ago? So I've had some people watching my streams recently that weren't even born 10 years ago. Which, that made me feel really old. So in a year from now, this Minecraft world will be 10 years old, 13. So you're 23 then. You're the same age as me. I'm 2015. Yeah. 2015. Yeah. You're the same age as me then. I'm 23 later in the year. Oh, so you're nearly 24 then. Yeah. I'm a year younger then. I was 2002. I would be 24, yeah. Yeah, you're a year older than me then. I'm 23 in a few months. Yeah, I was 14. I was 14 when I created this world in 2016. I feel old, kind of old myself. You're not old. I'm 10. A big 9. Do you see? With red conch and the icing on the top. Yeah, so I wasn't born yet. Wow. You would have been born. Well, you would have been born when I created this Minecraft world. You would have been born when I created this Minecraft world because I created it in 2016. Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be watching this. You shouldn't be watching YouTube at 10 years old. It's technically against the laws of YouTube. Oh God. Oh God, my arm. We've had a lot of young people on these streams recently. Honestly, I had some. Honestly, because I know you said you were born 2001. I had someone on my stream the other day that's asked me how old this Minecraft world was, and I said, "Oh, 9." I said, "Oh, 9 years old. I created it in 2016." And this person comments, "So you created this when I was 4." And I suddenly realised they're 10 years younger than me. Dude, well, I'm shocked. I thought you were older. People think I sound older. Some people think I sound younger, though. It's really weird. I started Java. Yeah, I started playing Minecraft the year after. I started playing Minecraft in 2014. And he said 11 then. I did play it for the first time in 2012 though at a friend's house. But I started playing it myself. It's probably because some people say I sound younger, to be honest, but some people say I sound older. A lot of people think I sound like a teenager for some reason. No idea though. Well, I was talking to just some random person. Oh, I thought you were talking to me then. But I was in 2001. Yeah. There's some people. I had someone on my stream the other day that thinks I was... Yeah, I had someone in my stream the other day that thought I was 30. I'm like, I'm not 30. Yeah. Yeah, I started playing Minecraft in 2014. I guess I was building. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I said you can't tell how old people are. Mineplex used to be fun on Bedrock. I used to play Mineplex all the time. Cake Wars on Bedrock was so fun. Yeah, to be honest, I played Minecraft in school. I will admit, I turned it on in a computer class and just started playing. I was terrible because I can't. I was terrible. I can't play keyboard and mouse. I'm really bad. Oh, thank you to the people who've subscribed, by the way. Yeah, we've just hit 6,630. We are 70 away from hitting 6,700. We were aiming to do it by the end of this month, but that's alright. We can do it by the end of next month. Oh, I got an itchy nose. Ouch. I never got into Club Penguin, I gotta admit. Club Penguin was massive though when I was younger. I mean, some kids now don't even know what Club Penguin was, but Club Penguin was huge. I mean, it's discontinued now. Club Penguin was huge. Club Penguin ran from 2005 to 2007. I never played it, but it was one of the biggest games of all time. There was a point when it had over 200 million users. In 2007 it had 30 million users, but in like 2007 it had at least 200 million users. I was in there, yeah. I'm in Malaysia. How about you? I'm in the UK. I'm British. I'm not Irish, which some people seem to think I am because of my accent, but my accent is just a more traditional British accent. Ooh, I got cramp. Oh, ooh. We're about to cross 100 views, so I think I'll give out a couple of shout outs at 100 views. I wanted to go to Japan. Do you know, I want to go to Japan as well, to be honest, because I think Japan is a great inventing nation. Some of the stuff that Japan have invented over the years, in recent years, has just been incredible. Like the fastest trains on they've got the fastest trains on the planet. There's a British TV show I like. There's a British TV show I like called Race Across the World, and normally you can catch trains to race across to the next checkpoint, but in Japan they were banned from riding the trains because the Japanese bullet trains are so fast they would get there in 2 seconds. So it's the only time they've ever been banned from using trains. Like, they race across the world, so I think they raced all across Japan, then to China, then they had to get a boat to China, and then they raced all across down all the way to somewhere else. One of my favourite ones is when they raced all across from one side of Canada to the other side. Yeah, you see that all across, that just some random person, you see that all across the shot. There was a case in the UK the other year where of where a person stabbed a teacher. It's just it's shocking. It's shocking, and I don't get it. But it might be because I'm older now, and I look back at what it was like when I was a kid, and I'm like, none of us would have ever done that, and I just don't get why people are doing it now. My glass is safe and sound. Have you seen Adolescence? I haven't, but I really like Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham that wrote Adolescence with Jack Thorne. I really like Stephen Graham's other work, so I haven't watched it, but I've seen a lot of the stuff he's talked. I watched a lot of the stuff he did with BAFTA talking about it, and I probably would watch it on the bill, to be honest, Adolescence, because they shot it all in one take, and some of my, because I want to be a filmmaker, I really like one take stuff. I like a lot of one take stuff, so I really do like what they did with Adolescence. Because a lot of Adolescence was one take, was one take where the camera where the camera follows for like 3 or 4 minutes, and I love films like that. I really love one take stuff. So when I did my uni short film, we did a lot of one take stuff. But I haven't, but I think Adolescence might have been based partially off a true story. Yeah. Oh, it is very, very warm, guys. Sorry, I'm a bit warm. I might have to just open a window. I need to think of something to build, so I want to build a mini game, but I don't know exactly what I should we go onto my ideas board, then design a mini game. That is 100% true. Yet you shouldn't be, but the problem is now parents are ignoring age ratings. So I had an 8-year-old on my stream a couple of weeks ago. Say something along the lines of they're watching 18-rated horror films at 8 years old, and that's things like slashers where you see people throwing knives at people and ripping through their organs. I'm like, why are you watching that at 8 years old? But it shouldn't be normal, just some random person though. It shouldn't be normal. There are things in the world that young children shouldn't see, and they are seeing it, which you pose the chance of, to be honest. You pose the chance of kids are starting to become decentralized to seeing violence and thing again, and it's basically why they got rid of gladiator fights. They got rid of gladiator fights because they believed people was becoming more and more decentralized to violence, and they thought it was just a common thing. Yeah, but yeah, technically you shouldn't be watching YouTube at your age as well, because YouTube is not a TV channel. The only reason kids shows come up to go on YouTube now is because no kids weren't turning the TV on and watching the kids shows off the actual TV channels. What the hell? Did I just see a minecart floating? But it's because most people of a certain age don't understand why kids are watching stuff that they shouldn't for their age. I saw that float. That was weird. But yeah, it's sort of just, it's the same as that, really. It's basically kids are watching stuff that they shouldn't legally see for their age. That's what the issue is. Is that a leather worker? No, it's a butcher. They look the same though. Here's the minecart. What? Okay. Why does that happen then? Well, you shouldn't be going that way. You should be going that way. Come on. I can't type that in. I can't type that in because this is Legacy Console Edition. You don't have commands. So our little Minecraft villager here, he should be coming straight up here now, and he's going back down, so he's gonna go up the wrong way. Just bugger, disappear for a minute. Now you, yeah, run. You should not focus on these things your age. Shouldn't that be the other way around? You should focus on watching. You should be watching stuff that is aimed at your age, or am I just, or have I just confused myself? Where's my villager spawner? Ah, he's coming back up now. There we go. He's gone the right way now. So he will just continue to go around and shoot up. That's also why they got rid of gladiator fights, because people are starting to use. Yeah, it's like that's why they got rid of gladiator fights, because people were becoming more and more decentralized to the violence, so they started doing it in public, which is why they thought that gladiator fights weren't being seen as entertainment anymore. They were becoming part of reality. But yeah, but good luck, just some random person in getting over that. I just got to be right about. That's all right. Yeah, there's certain things that children shouldn't see, like horror shows and things like that. That's why they got rid of gladiator fights, because children were watching it and thinking it was normal, thinking it was normal behavior. It's sort of a thing. That's, in reality, that is why they, just 100%, that's why they got rid of gladiator fights, because it got to the point that they thought that... How do I do that? That's cool. What? Since when does a grass block transmit energy? Is that a glitch? That got to be a glitch, right, guys? There's no way that's possible. How is that possible? At the age of 10, kids need to pray, or else they will be hit with a thick wood stick. Is that that's not in all countries though. In some countries, you can't even do that anymore, according to my religion. Oh yeah. You would have that in other countries, but in places like the UK, it's now illegal to do that. In fact, it's actually illegal to hit a kid now. Back in the day, back in like the 1980s, you could smack if a kid was being naughty in a classroom, you could pull out a stick and smack him. You could pull out a stick and smack him for misbehaving, but nowadays you can't do it. Lucky I didn't get hit yet. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that in a few countries. You can still legally do it in the United States in some countries. In some parts of the United States, you can still do that. But not in every country. What even is a gladiator fight? a gladiator fight was done in ancient Rome, where basically they forced two people to go into a ring and fight each other to the death with swords, spears, and things like that. So basically, they would do gladiator things. But ancient Rome got rid of it because people were getting decentralized to it, and it was no longer being seen as entertainment, as like an entertainment thing. No blocks can transmit energy. Well, apparently a dirt block can, according to Legacy Console Edition. But yeah, Gladiator Arena, Gladiator Ring was closed down because no blocks can transmit energy. You didn't know? I didn't know what that. What? No, what I mean is I placed a dirt block there, and the dirt block has naturally started transmitting energy, transmitting redstone stuff. So I have no idea how that's happened if no blocks can do it. I don't even know where that is now, but that is just weird. I reckon it's a glitch. It might be a glitch, but if we take... Where is it? I think it's over here. Somewhere. But if we take... Literally, if we take that block... wherever that was... It's somewhere on here, because obviously I've got a lot of builds here. If we were to take that dirt block away... And it wouldn't work. But then if we... keep the dirt, if we put the dirt block back, it did, which is so weird. Problem is, though, I've lost where it was. They need to bring back Legacy Edition. That is so true. They do. They do need to bring it back. Yeah. Basically, a gladiator arena would look a bit like this, and you would fight another opponent to the death in it. And that's why they got rid of it, because after like hundreds of years, people were being seen as getting decentralized to it, and they were more or less different thing. So that's sort of why they got rid of that's what a gladiator arena is. Hello, Epic Pro. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to find that redstone thing. I come across a glitch in Legacy, and now I've lost my redstone thing for it. Here we go. Perfect. Oh, Epic Pro, you said yesterday about I should write a children's book. I technically have. It's called The Witches of Glees. It's available on Amazon. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, welcome back. You told me, yeah. It popped into my head just now when you joined, that when you said to me about it yesterday, but I couldn't remember if I mentioned it. Ah, here it is. Yeah, look. Take away this dirt block. Take away this dirt block. It doesn't do it. If I go and put this grass block here, though, it goes and transmits energy. Also, by the way, what's good? Hello, Glitchmaster Skits. Welcome to the stream. I'm really good. How are you? I mean, look, the redstone block, the dirt block is literally... Does all blocks do it? See you in another stream. Yeah, goodbye. I'm gonna have to read... I'm gonna read your name off the stream because I think I might have forgotten it. Yeah, have a good day, Ophic. Souk Dune. Welcome to the... thank you for streaming. Do you like redstone? Occasionally, yeah. Yeah, have a good day, Ophic. Thank you for joining the live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Does all blocks do it? Let's have a look. Yeah, look. Take away the block. Don't work. Put the block there. Now it does. So weird. And it's all because of this sheep, this multicolored, this color changing sheep. Yeah. Oh. Bloody hell! I'm feeling old, guys. joking. I don't know how that happened. We got a mushroom tent, a mushroom cookie, the train building. I don't know what this is. A doorway. This was going to be a haunted house. I wanted to create a haunted house in Minecraft. And I want to create a haunted house in Minecraft, but I don't know what to do with it. This was a little video where I wished all of you guys a Merry Christmas, and I just slowly walked in to this room. And what you guys don't know is that there's actually not a house. It's actually just this. It's actually just this long room. Is there mod applications? Yeah, we'll give it. It's the end of July. We'll give a. It's the end of this month. It's the end of this month. We'll give another mod out with it. There isn't applications, but I'll give you a mod because I give out one every so often. And plus, I had to demote one the other day for. Just put in random stuff. But the reason is Glitchmaster is basically Legacy. 4J were hired to make it for consoles by Mojang, and then Microsoft went and bought Mojang. Yeah, Microsoft went and bought Mojang, and because Microsoft didn't want to have to pay 4J anymore, they basically increased the Bedrock edition and tried, and basically to make more, so they could make more money in-house. It's more like a cash grab from Microsoft. And my opinion on it is that Microsoft spent 4.5 billion on it. My opinion on it is that Microsoft spent 4.5 billion pounds on the game, and now they've got to cash grab it to make as much profit as possible. Because 4.5 billion is a lot of money to spend on a game. And you've got to think, if they sell it, say they sell it, do you mean circumcision? Yeah, Microsoft own it, so I think Microsoft, and you got to think, Microsoft owned Xbox, made Xbox. Microsoft made Xbox, so basically they cut out the middleman. They had 4J create it for them on the console. They then bought Mojang, and then they cut out 4J. That is true. But then that's 100% true though. Just some random person, because you said you're Muslim, so you know Christmas is a Christian holiday. Is a Christian holiday. It's like a Islamic football player got done for having an Islamic football player got done for having a Christmas tree in his house, but I think his wife is Christian, so like even though he's not allowed to celebrate it, he technically celebrates it because of his wife. How old is this ward here? Oh, this ward here, this is about 8 years old. This is my ideas world. It's basically where I come up with my Minecraft ideas for my survival world. So if I've ever got like an idea of a build, I come on here and test it out first. So this is a mini game idea I've had, but basically it doesn't work properly on Legacy. There's a glitch on Switch. That rhymed. Basically the idea is you're trying to turn these lights on. You're trying to turn these I can't aim. You're trying to turn these lights on. What's my first idea? I honestly can't tell you because I do so many. I gotta sleep. Bye. Goodbye. The idea is you're shooting the nightmares above the kid's head. And basically there's even a timer. There's even a timer as in this rail track. This track comes in and there's even a timer. So this goes in, comes back out, and it's when this comes back, that is when your time is up. But basically, for some bizarre one, every time, look, we can get a perfect shot straight in it. Look, we can get a perfect shot straight in it, and it doesn't turn the light on. Is it up-to-date redstone? Well, it should just work. It works on all the other. It works everywhere else, just not on here. It works on the Wii U. It's weird. Basically, this is my oldest. This is one of the oldest. Fire. This is me trying to come up with a mini game. This is one of the oldest ones we've got on my world. This is me coming up with the design, and I made this in like 2017. So this is at least 8 years old. This was an idea for a water racing game, but I never got around to implementing it. This is an idea for like a go-kart track, but you go around the different biomes. It's basically, I try and come up with as many ideas as I possibly can. So this one the other day was just, I put some flowers and then I decided to make a rainbow pattern around it, like a rainbow garden. That was me just having a laugh, just having a muck around, just building some random stuff. So some of these are just me having a bit of fun, just seeing what I can build. So I randomly come up with little face. This is meant to be like some watchtower stuff, some like creating some like little watchtowers. This was me just having a laugh. And this is old. This is from like 2017. This is me just taking the piss, and I basically built this little wooden thing. You have mobs sitting there for 8 years. Yeah. Basically, this isn't really a Minecraft world, to be honest. This is more of a testing thing. So the idea is, will it look good? So I think this would look good, these little lion statues next to the pond. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but I just think they look cool. That was me just coming up with an idea for like a wall. This, I don't know. I made it to look like a spaceship. This was me just planting some wood to make like a dead tree. This is a design for a build that I've not yet built in my survival world. I want to build a cinema. So this is a design that I've just finished working on. So whether this looks good, irrespective, at the moment, I don't know. Because I haven't gone through and looked and decided whether I'm going to make it. But this word looks awesome though. Thank you. It's really nice of you. So this is a cinema. This is a cinema design. Would you guys like to see what the cinema design looks like? This is the screen, by the way. This is what it's going to look. This is what it would look like. What's my highest people? What's my highest people on the stream? 43. The highest people we've ever had on the amount of people we've ever had on the stream is 43. But that was literally last month when I had this period of over a couple of days where we were getting 6,000 to 7,000 views a stream. But we're now back down to like 100, between 100 and a couple of hundred. Thank you to the people who subscribe, by the way. That's really kind of you. As it stands at the moment, we are within 70 of hitting 6,700, and we are slowly pushing up towards 7,000. So this is what the cinema design looks like. This is what it would look like from this side, and surprisingly guys, this is only 30 blocks wide and about 30 blocks long, so it's plus 1 subscriber. Oh, thank you, whoever did that. That's really nice of you. Yeah, what we're aiming to do, so this is just a build idea I had for like a little restaurant. And then I decided to make this little hotel-y style thing as well. So we've even invented bookshelves. But I don't think I'm going to build this just because I don't like. I kind of don't like it. It was just me having fun with a couple of squares. But I just come up with. I just build whatever I want on here just to see what it would look like. So this was me just creating a funny nether portal design. This was me building a cup. This was me building a haunted house design. So, it's meant to look scary. Does it look scary at night? Well, it's meant to be like a haunted house design. Has it been a low grind? What do you mean by low grind? As in YouTube or building? Well, I wouldn't say it's been a grind. A guy that's subscribed to my channel said that to me because he does streams as well. I really respect your grind. I don't think it's a grind. I just upload when I want to upload. It's like with my book writing stuff. I only write when I want to write. There are days when I can only write 2 words, but there's days when I could write 2,000. If you get what I mean. I wouldn't say I'm on a grind. I just do film when I want to film, and I write when I want to write. So, for example, with my book writing stuff, I wrote a book. For my book writing stuff, I wrote a book called Archipelago, which is aimed at people roughly 12 to 13 years and up. No, it's taken a long time. Yeah, I mean, I have taken a long time. I just made this the other day, and some people are telling me it looks like Spider-Man. Yeah, I made this on Halloween 2018. Happy Halloween, guys. My friend made this. I made that one. I asked a friend of mine and me we had a build battle over a clock tower designs. I quite like my clock tower design. I just don't think it's big enough. So, on that standpoint, like, I wrote a book called Archipelago last year. In 2023, sorry. So, it's aimed at people roughly 13 years and up. Well, 12 to 13. It took me 4 months to write. I started writing it in July. I finished it at the end of November. Would you guys like me to explain what the story of Archipelago is? It's about space. Actually, I'll do it anyway. Archipelago is a book that I wrote, and it's about people that have washed up on an island. It's about people that have washed up on an island. They have no recollection of who they are or how they got there. So it's about a group of people. They've washed up on an island, but they've got no recollection of who they are, their names, or how they got there. So it's basically people that have turned up there, don't know who they are, or how they got there. And, you know, that's quite scary. Really, it's not a scary story as in, you know, I'm scared. It's a story in the fact of these people have to put down their fear and try and survive on this island. So it's all about people trying to survive. Glow beans, I'm not a beautician. I honestly can't tell you. Hello GBG bros, welcome to the stream. But yeah, what I was saying, guys, is like a grind. I'm not on a grind. I just do what I need to do, basically. So if I want to write on a particular day, if I want to write a book on a particular day, I will write a book on a particular day. So, like, it took me 4 months to write Archipelago. which Archipelago is. How's your day been? My day's really good. That's crazy. I just showed up asking you a question like you're a search engine. I'm not a search engine. I'm honestly not a search engine. I'm also very much a male, so like things to get tan lines removed and things like that, I honestly wouldn't know anything about, because I'm very much a typical male in that regard. He's not a robot. I'm not a robot. I'm a fat short human. I shouldn't say I'm short, because technically I'm not. I'm 5'9". But people have always called me short. But anyway, going on to that regard, like storytelling. When I wrote Archipelago, I wasn't on a grind. It took me 4 months. I planned it in a day, and then it took me 4 months to write. One of my favourite... What's my favourite chapter of Archipelago, actually? My favourite chapter of Archipelago is one about... My favourite chapter in Archipelago is one about... They find a... They found a mine. They found an old abandoned mine. Nightbot, what happened? I don't know. I need to change that a minute. I need to change Nightbot, because my book isn't out in 3 days. My book actually came out 6 days ago. So I just need to quickly check Nightbot a second. I need to change that on Nightbot a minute, because the book actually came out 6 days ago. Oh. I need to think of another story to write, but I don't think I'm going to bring out another book this year, because I've already brought out 2. But I've got 2 ideas for I've got 2 ideas for next year. I've got 2 book ideas ready to come out next year. There we go. When did you start streaming? About an hour and a half ago. We're not going to stream long tonight, because we streamed long yesterday. We streamed like... Hello Patrick, welcome to the stream. We streamed about 6 hours yesterday. So it was a long stream. But yeah. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lions... In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Let's just have a bit of fun, shall we? Let's just build some at random. Yeah, hello Patrick, welcome to the stream. I am with life. See ya. See ya. Goodbye. Epic Pro. Thank you for joining the live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. I have no idea what we've just built today. I only know that this is such a weird build. Tell you what does look quite nice together. Hello, Joe. Good morning from Texas. Good morning, Skatepunk. Are you okay? We're just testing with random blocks just to see what you're doing. I've got to be honest, Burger. I'm just building random shit in my ideas world and seeing what looks good. So we've just put that together. We created this. I have no idea what it is. This is my ideas world, so this is where I just come up with random shit. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Also, my haircut went good. Good. So you didn't get a bad haircut. I've known. How are you doing today? I'm really good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I've had people do that. I've known people do that. They've paid for another person to get a haircut, and then they've come back for a really bad haircut. I'm just gonna wind up someone in my friend's Discord server a minute. This person keeps asking people to take him out of Armenia, so I just said, well, we'll only do it if you pay us. And he basically wants people to pay to take him out of his own country because he doesn't want to live there anymore. Oh, yeah, I'll be honest, I've done that before. Yeah, I would do it. I'd be like, yeah, you're having a haircut here, you're having the chav cut. So this is a cinema design. This is a cinema design, guys. It's designed to look like an old popcorn box. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? This cinema design? Do you guys think this cinema design? Or do you guys think that we do the... Or do we do this design, guys? This design's got cinema on the front. Or do we do this design? I'm thinking this design looks a bit more spacious. I think it looks a bit more like a cinema. But I don't know at the moment which one we're going to pick. Can't spell. I like this one, but the colours of the popcorn one. Yeah, I think purple and yellow works quite well with matte. Looks quite well. Actually, we could see what it looks like in a minute. Yeah, I think we could see what red and yellow looks like in a minute. I don't know why. I actually think purple. I think in a bigger standpoint, I think purple looks a little bit better. Because red looks orange. Let's see what orange looks like actually. Yeah, I didn't like the original. The smaller one. The smaller one I think is too small. The smaller one I think is too small. I think the initially we were set to build this design for my survival world. We were set to build this design, but the problem was I aired my uni short film over it, and we sort of found out that the screen was too small. So with purple, yeah. I think we're going to do purple just because I think purple and yellow has like a magic sort of feel to it. Hello, Glitchmaster. Welcome to the Discord server. Someone's just joined the Discord server. That's nice. Hello, Glitchmaster. Welcome to the Legacy Discord server. We talk about everything on there. Hey, Joe, an idea. An idea? I'm all ears. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I need to get some recordings done. Yeah, I would do the same thing, to be honest, Burger. I once did that when I went on a holiday when I was younger. I did an 11. I did in 2017. I think I did 11 Survival Legacy videos in for 11 days. That is a good idea, but then I would, being the hypocrite that I am, I would put my uni short films on there. I'd put Colophobia. I'd put Memento Mori. That's why we've invented the yellow things. That's why we have these yellow things. They're meant to be the boxes. So I would put my uni short films on there, being a hypocrite and promoting some of my own work. In fact, I'd put my own. I'd put this. I would put this on here just because I'm that much of a hypocrite, guys. I would actually do this. I would honestly put this on here, even though it's a very shit short film and only 30. Ironically, it's got 36 views, and I come up with it in 5 seconds. I'd honestly do this. I don't know. I didn't even see. Bollocks! I went to post and I accidentally clicked inspect element instead. I would put this on there. This is actually a short film that I shot in 30 seconds. I shot a short film in literally 30 seconds, and all it is me jumping into the mirror dimension. It's just me jumping up and down. And I shot it in 30. I shot it and edited this short film in a minute. All I did was just shoot it. And I'd honestly put that on there. You guys can watch the short film. I've put it in the I put it in the live chat. Literally, I shot a short film where all I did was jump up, and basically just split the recording so it looks like that I'm looking around at the wrong place. Like everything's out of normal. and you can see everything backwards. It's such a stupid idea, but clever idea. So I jump up, and then as soon as I jump up, basically I land in the same I land in exactly the same spot, but everything's mirrored. It's a clever idea. It's a clever idea to shoot something like that in 30 seconds. I want to do that again, but it's outside, and it's like, oh, the whole film is everything's opposite. Yeah, I don't know what ideas to build, guys. Can I know, please? Can you know about what? If you have commented anything, your comment hasn't popped up on my stream beforehand. Can I join, please? What version of Minecraft are you playing? What version of Minecraft are you playing? I'm not playing Bedrock, Alex. I'm playing Legacy Console Edition version, so this isn't crossplay, and it's not Bedrock, I'm afraid. I hardly play Bedrock. I only really play Legacy, I'm afraid. Yeah, I always played this version because this version is not as laggy as Bedrock is. If there was an issue with something on Nintendo Switch, 4J Studios was just 4J Studios fixed it and found a way to fix it, whereas Mojang seemed to think the idea is, oh, if it doesn't work on Switch, just don't add the feature. Hmm. I have a Discord notification. Just gonna mute myself a minute, guys. Did I build all of this? Yes. But no, Omnivale. Omnivale. It happens too often, yes it does, but the title even says Legacy Edition. The title of the stream says Legacy Edition, so I don't really have to change anything really, because it says Legacy Edition in the title, but a lot of people don't read it. Yeah, I have built all of this. This is my ideas world though. This is basically where I come up with ideas to build in my survival world. So this is like a shop idea. This is also a shop idea. But the title does pop up though. The title does pop up, and you can clearly see its legacy because it's not the textures of Bedrock. These textures are limited to just legacy. I've never understood why people think it's Bedrock. But it's because, you know, some of them don't understand what legacy is now, because some of them were young when the Legacy Edition was out. It does happen often. That's why the guy that keeps calling me Facker Batch got angry with me. Why are you playing an old Minecraft version? Like, because I want to. You batch, Facker. Funny enough, he couldn't spell, so he must have been like 5. Ooh. Show your face. Hello, Center the Great. You guys don't need to see what my face looks like, and plus, I've already done that. I've already done face reveals and that. You guys don't really need to see my face. All you need to know is that I'm overweight and fat. On a short film I did I uploaded a uni short film. I uploaded one of my college short films to this channel. Are we not going to point out that villagers in the heads in the ground? On a short film I uploaded a short film on this channel. Yeah, but yeah, I basically gave myself a role in a short film that I did for a college assignment. So yeah, you guys, and also I don't see the point of face reveals on these streams. I don't see the point in them. Do you guys need to see my face for a Minecraft stream? I don't see. I've never saw the point in them. Do you guys need to know I'm short and fat for my Minecraft because of my Minecraft videos? Like, I don't know. Oh. Oh, my back is so sore, guys. Yeah, there's something stuck in my tooth that's really bugged me all day. I have absolutely no idea what it is. think I got it now, actually. Bloody hell. But we've been streaming for 2 hours, guys. It won't be a long stream today because I do need a break. But yeah. So, thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.